second.
All right, let's start off by saying, first and foremost, usually I wait to the end of the video, to give my introduction, but start now because I'm probably going to interject through this 57-second long video. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the late Akim in the four corners of the truth, Christian sincerity. Peace be unto you. So, this is video titled Cash App Me Girls. I'm going to let the video do as much explaining as it can.
What makes y'all think that niggas just gonna randomly cash app y'all? Y'all girls be posting shit like, niggas that DM you on every app except Cash App. Bitch, Cash App don't got a fucking DM. Fuck you talking about? The app is for sending and receiving money. And what the fuck make y'all bitch think I'm just gonna send y'all money for no fucking reason?
So basically, a lot of NBs, first it was a GoFundMe. They wanted to set up, fake GoFundMes for stuff like that. And now you got a lot of NBs that feel, and not just NBs, it's actually one of all nations, but most, the NBs take it to a whole nother extreme. They gotta, it's expensive putting, $200, $300 weaving your hair. That takes a big bite out of your wallet, so you're going to be, significantly less broker than somebody else who has, natural hair and aren't doing like crazy natural hairstyles, But a lot of these women have this app called Cash App, and it's basically begging for money. So if you want, my attention, you got to send me money.
My DMs don't work, but my Cash App does. Bitch, don't work? What the fuck? All y'all bitches on government assistance system? Is y'all bitches forget how to hustle? Bitch, if you ain't got no bread, hustle the motherfucking food stand. What is wrong with y'all bitches? Become prostitutes or something. Give me a reason for giving you fucking money.
So that's one of the first things they'll ask you for cash. You got a Cash App. They want you to send them money. And no, first, you don't never wire another person money. That should be a red flag. And it's a lot of dudes that do stuff like that. A lot of men run out of wits for women. You would think that, oh yeah, man, oh she really struggling. Oh, she about to lose her house. She about to lose her car, or her kids about to be out in the cold. So what? If she is, you know what she should have did? Establish relationships with people so they can help her. Because a lot of these women, they don't have real friends. They got, girlfriends that they party with. And they know that they can't rely on them. So they rely on men because at the end of the day, women need men. Shoot, men need men. But men don't need women. That's the thing. Women need men. Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitation. So you want to make friends, sometimes make a friend in the world that's maybe wicked. So, they'll be able to help you. But a lot of these women are attractive, pretty, or at least considered the standard of beauty, or try to achieve it. And then one thing you notice about women that are pretty, they tend to only want to be friends with other women that are pretty. And there's a problem with that. A genuine friend, you shouldn't care about what they look like. So these women, they're friends with other women that are pretty, but that doesn't mean that just because you're attracted doesn't mean you can't get caught up in a jam. You might have a baby daddy that's a drug dealer, and then all of a sudden he gets pinched, he goes to jail, or he ends up getting shot and died. And now you living off of him. Now here you got your own kid, and now you got to find a way to support your child. You got to find a way to find babysitters. And you already don't have friends like that. So you got to make amends either with his side of the family or your side of the family. Because you got to have some type of relationships with people. And that's the thing. So if you don't have friends like that, if you only got associates, then And this ain't even just women who have kids by themselves. But when you go on hard times, you got to be able to rely on some of those people, whether they help you with money or help you with, hey, man, I'm a supervisor at this place. I can give you a job here. You want friends like that. But the thing is if you are, a woman and you don't have friends, then you have to, because even women that have associates, they're not going to go to their female friends to ask for money. They know that they got to go to a man to ask for money. A girl's not going to ask another girl to cash app them some money to be my friend. So they know that they got to go to men to do that. This is why, going back to my statement that women need men. They car break down, they got to call a man. They're not calling a woman. A pipe bust in their house. They're going to call a man. A mouse gets, caught in a trap and they scared of mice. They're going to call a man, whether they have a man themselves or their next door neighbor man or somebody in the apartment complex. They're going to call a man, and just like same as a man, if a man, car breakdown, he don't got to call a woman. He can call another man if he don't know how to fix the car, which is why I say men need men. We know we need each other. We don't need women. Women need men. So it's important for them to establish relationships. So if they're in a jam and they saying, oh, I need some cash app money or cash app me this. No, you got to think to yourself, where's her support system at? Because if you want to be a friend, you got to be a friend and you got to know who to be friends to, who to befriend. And so if here you are on the verge of being evicted and you'll have nobody to run to, that should be a red flag. Don't come with this cape and trying to save these women. If it's your woman, then that's one thing. But a girl that you just met and she wants some money from you, then no. And stop being afraid to talk yourself out of some pussy too, just by saying, no, I'm not giving you money. This is basically how they scam you. They want you to send them some money, and then they'll keep playing you along as long as you're willing to give them money. They might start $20 here, $30 there, maybe $50, $500. I don't know. You got sites, you got videos where NB's talking about how I scam a sugar daddy, and they making tutorial videos. Dudes paying women for nude videos and, on Snapchat and stuff like that. Man, don't do stuff like that. First it could be it could be a man doing that. And secondly is who's to say she gonna send you the videos or the news? And thirdly, it's so much free women that you look on the internet for free. You don't need to do that. So the thing is just watch out for, women like this. This is, man, because, man, it's almost a nature for women to be wicked like this. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. So they don't have no conscience. There's a reason why women don't trust women. And it's stuff like this. Women can't scam other women. If they could, they would. But women are asking other women to DM or cash app DM them money. They're asking men to, because they know that, man's weakness is women. And this is something that you gotta overcome. These women aren't worth it. They aren't worth, in fact, Matthew 18 and verse 3. And verily I say unto you, except ye be converted. Slack you. Slacky, that was the wrong verse. This is Matthew 19 and verse 12. For there are some eunuchs which were born so from their mother's wombs. So those men that were born without genitals. And there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. So men would castrate another man, just so he don't have kids. Reading on, it says, which were made eunuchs of men, and there be some eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. So you make yourself eunuch. It doesn't mean talk about you castrating yourself. It just means that you lost the desire for women because you see how wicked these women are. Because what verse is this? Verse 9. Actually, just right up above it says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife except it be fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And also, whosoever marrieth her is put away, doth commit adultery. So you marry a woman that's been put away, you committed adultery, so you just adding sin and sin and sin, and you already know these women, they're in it just for money. They want to be in a relationship because they feel they want to be money. So you already know it's going to be a short-term relationship. So it's better not to even deal with them when you know that. And on that note, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and peace to you brothers, and shalom.